Yes. We already discussed about HTML, right? So I have given the introduction of React.js, basic introduction. Now we are going to discuss the concepts of HTML. Okay, because HTML is important for React. Means we are creating the forms, everything, using the HTML. That's the reason. Once yes, yeah, fine. And let me open the notepad once. Yes. See. So already we discussed what is React.js with that introduction I have given. Okay. So we entered into the concepts. Okay. So I will just a brief idea about that. So it is a client side script to implement web applications. Yes. So what is React.js? React.js is nothing but a client side script, and this we are using for what? To implement the web applications. So as I told you, we have two types of scriptings to work with the websites. One is client side script, and next one is server side scripts. Okay, these two types of scripts we are using to work with the web applications. Actually, UA developer is working with the client side scripts, and server side programmer working with the server side scripts. So that is the point. Okay. Yes. Is it clear? Now, so what we can do with the client side scripts and where we are using that brief idea I have given. If anybody missed the last classes, okay, so they uploaded in YouTube channel of Durgasa. So these demos are available. You can go through that. Otherwise, no worries. Before starting the React installation and all, I will once again discuss those points. Okay. So now this is the third class. Okay. So now what is our plan? I told you already to work with this React JS. So we should have JavaScript idea. Okay. Because React JS is the library of JavaScript. That's why we should have idea on the JavaScript. So that's why I'm discussing the JavaScript concepts first. So around 20 to 25 days, we are discussing the JavaScript concepts. After that, around 45 days, okay, to 50 days, we are discussing the React.js concepts, okay. So, but before JavaScript, already told you we should have some idea on HTML. So, because we are creating the forms here like registration, login, and shopping cart related, okay, concepts we're implementing. So that time we are using the HTML controls. So that's why if you have some basic idea on this HTML, okay, basic idea, you can easily understand those concepts. So JavaScript point of view, complete idea is required. Okay. But in HTML point of view, if we have basic idea, that is enough. Okay. Now that's why in last okay demo we started HTML. Okay. So we need to discuss about these concepts and all. So already I shared one or two points. HTML we can use okay to display controls on browser. Yes. See, for example, one React program I'm opening. So in this class, for example, if you take, okay, so any class here, React 730. Okay, now, so cloud operations one program. So if you open this program, okay, you can see the HTML elements. Okay, now I opened with the Visual Studio Code. Okay, now you can see, yeah, in this program, see TDTR, okay, like that. We have these HTML elements, div tag, input. Okay. So all these we are using in our programs. That's why basic idea on this HTML you should have. So table tag, everything we are using. Is it clear? So that's why we are discussing the HTML concepts. Now, HTML, what is the purpose of HTML? To display the controls and browser. See, I will discuss only one day. I am spending only one day with this HTML. I am not spending many days. One day or 1.5 day. Because our main target is React JavaScript. Okay, these two. That's why for introduction, we are spending around 1 or 1.5 day with this HTML. Okay. Yes. Now, HTML provides many elements to display controls. Okay. We are calling them as elements. For example, IMG is one element. Div is one element, like the different types of elements we have. Okay. So every element we should enclose it with. So these brackets we are using greater than and less than. Okay. Means nothing but tag. We are calling it as tag. Okay. Once you use this, calling it as tag. Every element should enclose with less than and greater than symbols. Nothing but tag we are calling. Okay. Fine. Now we will discuss one example I will show you. New notepad I have taken. Save this. The desktop location. Something like demo2.html I have given. Okay. Yes, what that demo2.html. So the file extension I have given .html. Like that I have given this extension. Okay, fine. Now here I'm using simple input I have given. So now it displays as text because not included with this less than and greater than. So now if you observe this, yeah, this is demo2.html. Okay, now double click on this. So it displays as simple text. In browser I open. Because HTML file result we can see where inside the browser, right? Yes, within the browser I have taken this. I opened this. Now what I am doing, just I want to place less than and greater than symbols here. Yes, I have taken the less than and greater than symbols. Now it will become as a tag. Is it clear? Now that related output you can see the browser like this. You can see here it is coming the text box like this. Yes, it is clear. Yeah. Like that, every element we should enclose with the tag. Okay. Yes. Duration of class is 1 hour. Starting demos, we are spending around 50 minutes like that. After demos, link will change from then 1 hour session. Okay. Every day. Total course duration is around 65 days. Okay. Next. So I told you this point. The main question is how many types of elements we have. Okay, that is the main point. Because when we are working with the UI technologies, you should know the basics, okay, of this concept. Okay, where we are using div tag, what is div exactly, what is span, where we are using these elements, everything we should know. Okay, that is the reason. Now, HTML elements are two types. How many types of elements we have? Two types. First one is container. Second one is non-containers. So many people they don't know about this. Okay, even they know some HTML concepts. So what is the basic type of HTML? So that is only few people have idea. So, but these days in interviews they're asking these questions. Okay, what is container? What is inline element? What is block element? What the difference between div and span? So these type of questions they're asking. You got it? Yes. Now anyhow here there are two types of elements. The first one is container and second one is non-container. Like that. What is container? You tell me what is the general meaning of container? Hmm? So container can hold other elements. So generally here, yeah, if you take yes any goods, okay. So general meaning if you take container can hold goods, right? Yeah. So means if anything is holding some other elements that we are calling as container. Okay. Here in our HTML point of view, container means it can hold other elements. Okay. It can hold other elements. Yeah. So non-containers means they cannot hold other elements. That's the first difference. So if you take table, table is container, right? Inside the table, we can place other elements like rows, columns, etc. If you take div is one container to hold the other elements. Like inside the div, you can place text box, button, etc. Okay, like that span, anchor tag, paragraph. These are containers. You got it? Yes. So what is the purpose of these containers? Yeah. If you want to hold multiple elements as a group, we can use containers. Yeah. For example, registration page, if you take, we have text boxes like username, password, retype password like that. All these text box controls you want to hold as a group. In that point of getting the support of containers. Is it clear? Yes, div tag, for example, one website I'm going to open. Yeah, go with this like Flipkart only if you take here. Now, when I click on the login, yes, you can see login pop-up is coming. Enter, this is one container. Inside that, they're displaying some text, image, and text box, button, like that. These are all the controls they're displaying here, right? Yes, yeah. So this is enter one container. Okay, so by using div, they implemented this one. Like that, we have different types of containers. Div is one container, table is one container, like that. What the purpose of table? Yeah, to present the data in the form of rows and columns. The form of cells, you want to present the data. Then also you're taking the support of this container, that is table. Okay. So like that, every element contains it characteristics, but the main thing is for designing point of view. So div and span we are using in designing point of view mainly. For example, you want to design any block elements like registration page, login page, etc. In that point of view, I take the support of this div. Div is to divide a web page as multiple divisions. That is the point. I will show you that. Okay. So the first point is containers we are using to hold the multiple elements, div, table, span, etc. All this comes under containers. One example I want to show you why we are in the containers. Simple login form I want to design. Yes. So login form contains username text box, password text box, okay, and login button. So generally text boxes we are placing like this. Input type is equal text. Okay. And placeholder. So any default text you want to display. Okay. Something like user name I have given. Now this is demo2.html. Yes. Yeah. So now it displays the username text box. New line. Yes. So this is password. So BR is the tag for new line. And one login button also I want to place. Now input type is equal to button. It displays button control. Now there is no text on this button. Value is equal to login I have given. I can see displays login. So these three controls are grouped or not. These are not grouped. Okay. So these are individual controls. These controls are not inside any group. Now my requirement is on top of these controls, I want to display one button, the text show login. And this is the button I'm displaying here. Yes. Now my requirement is when user click on the show login, then only I want to display this login page. Otherwise, I don't want to display. It is clear. When user click on the show login, then only I want to display this login page. Otherwise, I don't want to display. Then initial state of these three controls are hidden. Now style is equal to something like display none. I didn't explain what is the style everything. Just don't try to understand the program. See the result. So first control I'm hiding this text box. What about remaining controls? Two more controls are there, password text box and login button. You need to hide these two also. Means you have to apply the same style in the remaining controls also. Yes or no? Yes, like this. Now, if I refresh, all these controls are hiding, but this is not the right approach because in each and every control, you are providing the style display none. In case if it is a registration page, it may have 5 controls or 10 controls. Login means we just place it 3 contours. But in case if it is a registration page, many contours you may have. Is it clear? Like that. Yes. So that's why we should not use this scenario here. Studied what we can do. Yeah. All these contours I want to group using containers. So for that, I'm taking one div tag. Yes, I have taken one div tag. So now these 3 controls are located where? Inside the div tag. Now instead of providing the style property to each and every control, what I'm doing, I'm applying to the all contours. If I save and refresh, you can see 3 contours are displayed now. Okay, now what I'm doing, say style is equal to something like I have given. Okay, yeah. So don't think what is style, what is display. See the result. Now these 3 contours are hidden or not? Yes. Yeah. So this is the concept of this. So like that, you want to apply the common properties to the multiple elements. Okay. You want to apply common properties to the multiple elements. Then we should group all these elements. In that point of view, getting the support of containers. Is it clear? Yes. So what are the containers we're having here? Div, span. Mainly we are using these two. Okay. Table also one container, but table purpose is different. So you want to display as rows and columns. The contours, okay, as rows and columns. Okay. Then we are using table. Like that, paragraph is different. You want to display any text in the paragraph style, then we are using paragraph. And anchor tag. You want to display the hyperlink, then we are using anchor tag. Like that, every contour contains, okay, some properties here. So anyhow, this given span we are using for designing the applications. So anyhow, the concept, what is container, so that you got the clarity is now non-containers. Non-containers cannot hold other elements, okay, cannot hold other elements. So generally we are using non-containers to receive some inputs from user. Okay, it may be text or any instruction like that. For example, text box is non-container. Why we are using to receive some text from user? Yes, text box we are using to receive some text from user. Yes, like that here. If you take button, button is one non-container. Why we are using to receive some instructions from user? So in that point of view, taking the support of button. Yes, like that, different types of non-containers we have, a radio button, checkbox, etc. Okay. So anyhow, these non-containers we are using to receive some input values from user. Examples, text box, button, etc. Okay. Yes. So every container is the combination of pair tag. Pair tag means what is that? It contains open and closing tag. In between of these, we are placing the other elements. Is it clear? Yeah, for example, if you take div tag, div is just like that. So here we are placing the other elements like that. Yes. So like that, every container, okay, every container contains open and closing tags separately. In between that, we are placing the other elements. We're calling it as paid tag. But if you take the non-containers, okay, non-containers directly we are closing with slash like this. For example, here input type is equal. Okay. So type is equal to button. Like that, we need to close with slashes. Okay. Yes. Fine. Now, one more important point. Containers again divided into two types. Containers again divided into two types. So that is First one is block elements. Second one is inline elements. So if you observe this pattern, HTML elements are two types. First one is container, second one is non-container. Again, containers divided into two types. The first one is block element, second one is inline element. Okay. Now, what is that? That is very, very important. Containers are two types. Yes, what's the first one here? Block elements. Yes, the first one is block elements. So these elements, yes, can occupy complete width of the screen. Yes. So block elements occupy complete width of the screen. For example, div tag is block element. Okay. Yeah, if you take the examples, div, next one paragraph, next one table, all this comes under block elements. Okay. Second category is inline elements. Yes. Width of the element is up to the content. Yes. Inline element, if you take width of the element is up to the content. For example, span tag, anchor, like that. This comes under inline elements. So anyhow, if you observe now, okay, we have two types of these elements. The first one is block element. In this containers, we have two types. But the first one block element, second one is inline elements. Yes. Block element, if you take, width of the element is, what is that? Up to the screen. Complete screen it occupies. Inline element means up to the content. An example I will show you for better idea. Yes. Yeah. Now, why we are using containers, that clarity got? Okay. To hold multiple contours as a group. Then we are using these containers. Okay. Yes. In further classes, you will get more clarity by seeing some multiple examples. Okay. Till then, just remember, so we are using containers to hold the multiple contours as a group. Okay. Yes. Now these containers, how many types we have? Two types. One is inline, second one is block. Yes. Now if you observe this, for example, I'm taking div tag. So div tag comes under inline or block. What I told you? Div comes under what? Ashok Sharma.
Block
container.
Yes. Yes, it is block element. Right. So now answer my question. So here, welcome. After div tag, Scott I have given. So can we see this welcome Scott in a single line or two different lines?
Two different lines.
Two different lines, right? Because this welcome is there within the div tag. Now, if I refresh it, you can see like that. So in two different lines, it displays the output. So if you want to see the more clear view, so just I am using, yes. Now you can see it is occupied the complete width of the screen like this. So in case if I use span instead of this div tag, then side by side it is, yes, inline elements. For example, registration form, login form. Two forms are there. Every form contains multiple controls. I want to hold these multiple controls as a group, then you can use either div or span. But my requirement is I want to display this registration login side by side. then you can go with that span. If you want to display one by one, then you can go with that div. Is it clear? But by using div flex properties that I will discuss later while working with the shopping cart applications in React. Okay. So at the time of displaying the cart icons, everything, that time we are using flex. By using this flex also, we can display side by side. That is the secondary. The basic nature is, so span displays side by side, div displays one by one. That is the basic nature of this. Is it clear? Yes. So that is clear, I think, right? Yeah. Now the next one is C. This common interview question. What the difference between div and span? Okay. Yeah. What is your answer? Div is block element and span is inline element. Is it clear? Div is block element, span is inline element. So that is the answer. Next one, what is the difference between inline and block? Yes, inline is okay. Is it occupying the complete screen? No. Block occupies the complete screen. For example, div tag, if you take, the div is occupying the complete screen because it is block element. Span, if you take, what the width of the span up to the content. This clear? Like that, we have this. Okay. Yes. So this is very important for you. Okay. Yes. Now, in this concept, you have any questions from your side? Now I will discuss some controls, HTML controls. Okay. What we are using regularly. I will discuss those controls. So you have any doubts in this concept? What is container, what is non-container, what is inline and what is block label? No doubts. Right? Okay. Now we will discuss some HTML tags we are using frequently. First of all, just table tag. Yes, we can use table to display rows and cells or columns, anything. So tr displays or to display. What is that? tr? td to display cell or column, anything. And th heading display heading, table heading, you want to display th. Okay, next one, t head. Okay, all headings we are placing where inside this t head. Okay, to hold multiple headings. Okay, next one, t body to hold rows and columns. Like that. This is about table. I will show you the out now. You get the clarity. Okay. Yes. Now come to this point here. Okay. Yes. 1 second. So table. So this table we are using in CRUD operations program. Already have seen that. I opened one example, right? Yeah. So from React, at the time of connecting with the database, we are getting the information from backend that we are displaying in the form of table. That time I use this table. Now I have taken the table with border 1 pixel. Inside this table, just I'm using here row here. Yes, inside that one TD Scott I have given like that. Now you see output. Yes, with border 1 pixel, row 1 TD we have. Now, yes. I given like this. Scott Hydra. So these two we are displaying the side by side. The help of table. Okay, two columns are there. Now one row, two columns. I copied this. And if I paste here, what this one more row we have here. Okay, like that. So total two rows we have. Is it clear? Now refresh it. You can see like that we have these two rows. So this is the way how to display the table. Now one headings you want to display, that is also which way. Actually, this TRTD we should place inside T body. And T head. What is T head? Display the headings. Inside this TH username. Now you can see this. Display the heading username. Another TH. So the city. Now you can see display city. Yes. This is the way how to use this table. Okay. Next, one more example I will show you. So here, table border is equal to 1 pixel for this table. So login form. One row I'm taking. What is that? Within the T body, I'm not taking any headings. In the T body, we are using row TR. There, column TD. Something like username I have given. Another TD, one text box. Yes, like that. You can see how many rows I place in this table. One row, and how many columns? Two columns. Username and text box we have. So like that it is spread out. Now copy this, paste, and this is password. And the next one, paste. So this is button count. Okay. Yes, input type is equal to button. Value is equal to login I have given like this. So another row is not, another column is not required for this. Okay. So it is good habit to close the rows like this. Even if you don't close, it will work, because if you open the new row means indirectly it is closing the previous row. But anyhow, you need to close like this. Otherwise, some standards issue will come. So anyhow, I have this table like this. Now what I'm doing, the background color I'm applying here. So busy color is on something like light. Now you can see busy color is, so save this. busy color property purpose is to apply the background color. What is the background color I have given? Light. Now it displays like this. And border I am changing as 0. Now if I refresh, see, login form as my requirement. So username and text box, password, login button displays like this. And this is the entire one group. What is the root element of this group? Table. Now in this table, I am using align is equal to center I have given, center alignment, and displays like this. Align is equal to right I have given, right alignment like that. Is this clear? Yes. So this is how about table. which we have. Okay. Yes. So you got some clarity about table, and we need to discuss. So the remaining elements, it will take hardly half an hour like that. So in next class, I will discuss these remaining elements. Anyhow, right now you don't have Google Drive access. So that's why what the notes I have written here. So that notes for your reference, I will copy and paste in the chat window. See, or else I will do one thing. Save this file. Okay. Yes. React demo. I have given like this. I will upload this in chat window. You can download and practice this. Okay, 1 second. Did that. So upload. Yes. What the name I have given? Yes. React. Second. I saved in the desktop location, right? Yes, it is desktop. So React
Sir,
hyphen.
you are uploading na in chat notes. Page notes
Yes.
can I get, sir?
Yes, now see, I uploaded.
Sir, also can you explain again, sir, div tag and inline tag?
You join later.
Yes, sir. In between there was network issue.
Yeah, div is block element, means occupy the complete screen. Okay. So if you place anything in the div tag, so the div tag is occupying the complete screen. That's why previous and next element displays in a new line. Span is not like that. It is not occupying the complete screen. Up to the content only it occupies. It is inline element. Okay. So just go through that examples. Okay. You will get the clarity. And this recording is also uploading in the Durgasoft YouTube channel. So demos are available. You can go with that. Just practice. Otherwise, in next class again, I will discuss. Okay. The base idea on this. Okay. So just if you observe this program, yeah, this is a right. So for example, if you take anything in the div tag, so this is coming as block element. Okay. So I'm displaying some text like welcome. I have given. Now you can see it displays welcome. And after that, if you take any text like this, so it is coming in new line. So for example, here one image also. Can I place image in this div tag? Yes, because it is container. So mango.jpg is then my system. Mango.jpg and width is equal to something like 20 pixels. One image also have taken. If you observe here, it is coming like this. In case if I use span tag, so it is inline element, right? Now it comes side by side like this. Okay. Inside the span, you can also place image. Okay. Already I placed here image. But the next element is coming where? Side of the span tag. The next element display side of the span tag. That is the concept of this. Okay, go through
Okay,
that
sir.
notes. Okay, I
Okay.
uploaded. You can download. Okay, when I close the chat window, it is not available to you. You can download that note. Okay, from the chat window. Once you get drive access, then directly you can access these notes, videos, everything from Google Drive. Okay. Yes. Fine. So we need to discuss something about anchor and input elements. So I told you, so half an hour more. Okay. We need to spend with this Java HTML. After that, we'll go with that another technology like JavaScript and React. Okay. Tomorrow class I will discuss those things. If you don't have any queries, then we can close this session. No? Okay, fine. Then you can drop. Thank you.